I would like to try bungee jumping, just once, to feel the wind in my hair as I plummet without fear and bounce back. You're watching me with questions building in your brown eyes, puzzlement balancing on your raised brow. It's such a thrill to surprise you. You tease me. Don't try to fly before you can dance, my darling. You better teach me to dance then. You're whirling me around, waltzing to some silent tune slipping round your mind, and I'm holding you tight. You feel thinner beneath loose linen. You're spinning me faster, almost knocking over the hamper, tipping wine everywhere, and I think nothing can break this, surely. But then there's an awfully loud crack. You've trodden on a fallen walnut, split it wide open. I pick it up, discard the husk, pop it in my mouth as you watch in mock disgust, revolting. Still protein, even with a little bit of grit in it. They're everywhere. I scoop them up, slip some into every pocket. A snack for later, maybe. Only I forget until you're undressing me. You feel the lumps in my clothes and laughing, you pull them out and you ask me, what would happen if we planted these? I say, I don't know. They'd grow probably. But for now, we forget. We let them roll away between the sheets. It's morning, and I can feel something digging in my spine, bruising up my back. I reach for it instinctively, uncomfortably, and yank it free. I examine it in the sunlight. Hard outer shell, odd little brain-like thing, locked away inside. I think I might plant it. And just as I'm bringing it to you, all tucked up and neat under a mound of earth inside a terracotta pot I got from the corner shop, you turn around and present me with a ring, all bright and silvery in the sunlight. And I find myself saying yes. After 6 years of trying, you finally unfurled me. You look down at the little pot and you ask me, how long will this one take? To germinate? A few months, maybe. I looked it up at the library. We wonder where we'll be. A lot can happen in a few months. This house is too big, too empty, without you. I rattle around inside it like the last pill in a bottle, the last sweet in a jar. There should be something around me, more cushioning, more of the same. But there's only empty space. The things around me are just things. Your things mostly. Cold, hard things. I used to not mind them because they were your things and you did things with them. But now they're functionless, futile things, standing there. A reminder that you're not. I can't stand them. I can't stand your armchair, but I'm drawn to it as if it were a magnet. So I'm sitting here staring at it in all its haunting glory. Fabric still creased in the shape of your fat ass cheeks, untouched since they lifted you out of it. For all its magnetism, I can't touch it. It repels me. I think it's terrifying now how somewhere once so warm is the coldest place in the house. Ha! I see you in the street sometimes. A gold watch catches my eye, or a plaid shirt. I know it's not you, but it makes me stop and wonder if those people really realize just how short a second is. How fast the time is flying by. Oh, and if any of them will get home to find cold, dead in an armchair. I didn't think it would happen so fast. I thought we'd have a bit more time. Just a bit. A few months, maybe. They always said it was going to kill you. Oh, but you seemed just fine at first. It was only a cough. The day you died, I cried on and off, and in between I took a big, fat, black bin bag and rounded up all your pills, all your bits to do with being ill, and I chucked them. But it didn't help. The terracotta pot is still there, a constant reminder of things meant to be that never were. I've thought about chucking it, but I still can't. So there it sits. A tiny wooden brain buried under all that dark stuff, all alone on my windowsill. The light's still there, the sun streaming through the glass, but it can't see it. It must know it's there though, mustn't it? It knows it has to grow to meet it. Find something within itself to do that. But even if it does, there'll still be glass, won't there? Separating it from the outside world, an invisible barrier to true freedom. That breath of fresh air so strived for may never come, and so it sits there accusingly. Maybe I'm going nuts. I have to get out of this house. I know you'd want to know I'm having a good time. If I'm happy, I have to try. Try to let this warm feeling soak up the sadness, like a root drawing up water. Except it's not going anywhere, just heating up for a while like a hot bath. Once you're out, it's much the same. So my laughter tastes like a lie that I wash down with good wine to avoid forced sympathetic smiles and people who say, "How are you coping?" If I'm honest, I was happiest with you. They're asking me if I miss the sex. Like it's a program on the television, full of disconnectedness. Yes, I say, I've lied again. Sort of, because that's the thing I want to say, the thing I need to point out is no, it's everything else. Everything that goes with it. I miss that more. Love, I guess. Love is so much more important than sex. But this is not the time or the place. They ask if I've thought about dating. You can do it online now, they're saying. And they grab my phone, download some app, take some snaps and tell me they've found a match. I snatch it back, of course. I forget about the whole thing until... ping! I still carry you with me, but I've found there's room now for something else too. It doesn't replace you. It doesn't even touch you. It's as if another facet of me, one that was always apart from you, has resurfaced, become relevant again, and bumped up against something new. So yes, I am having a good time and I am happier. Again, now that I have someone to whom I can say, I would like to try bungee jumping just once, to feel the wind in my hair and plummet without fear and bounce back. And for him to say, okay, I think I know a place, pick a day. So here I am on top of a 300-foot dam, about to be strapped in. I didn't dare wonder whether it could happen. This. Whether it was possible again. To feel not just alive, but on top of the world. Quite literally. He's by my side now, holding my hand. And you know what? I think I'm ready to jump. Oh, but before I do, I have to tell you, our little walnut finally cracked open. I could never bear to chuck it. Began to drive me nuts, so I stuck it in the freezer. Only last year we had that big storm and the power went out and it began to thaw. So when I took it out, I felt my heart swell. Not how it used to, with sadness, but with hope. So I thought I'd give it one last chance to grow, to remind me of you. And guess what? A little green shoot wriggled out all perfect and new. I think it's going to be a strong one. And when it's ready, I'll put it outside and let it take root.